Everybody, today I play Dawn Ashes of Malmouth. Let me know, is it Malmouth or Malmouth? I think it's actually Malmouth, but I'm gonna keep calling it Malmouth. Why not? I'm gonna play with my main guy. Campaign. Yes, first to normal. Let's go. Okay. So what happens now? So I guess these are basically the new areas. Maybe I should go here.
And so our great moment of triumph is soured with tragedy. The cult's defeat at the necropolis marks humanity's first major victory in this conflict, proving that we are not going to simply lie down and let ourselves be wiped out by fiends and spirits. Word of this victory will spread and give people hope that someday this nightmare will truly be over. Yet we cannot forget those who sacrificed their lives to bring us here. Brave men and women of the Black Legion who took up arms in the defense of Uralan, a nation that scorned them as criminals, outcasts, and even traitors. In death, they were none of those things. They died as heroes. And I refuse to count Ulgrim among the dead just yet. I owe him that much. I could use your help. Are you willing?
Sure, what can I do?
Arumi town, lo ith soleo, lo ith bismir, monum ulgrum thonokolo utoklein! This is too dangerous. Need to find another way.
The rift gate! Something's coming through!
Inquisitor Creed, Devil's Crossing was attacked.
Take it easy, John. What's happened?
Some new kind of Ethereum. Just smashed right through our defenses. We need reinforcements. We're in bad shape.
I'll send help, but I can't spare much. We're equally pressed here. Loss of Ulgrim to the Void may be more serious than you realize.
Ulgrim is dead, Creed. You must know that. My people need help now. We won't survive another attack.
John,
It came from Malmouth. That thing that attacked Devil's Crossing. I escaped the city with a small group 2 weeks ago. Most died crossing the burning fields. My father was pulled into the bog by cannibals. I had to leave him. I was the only one who made it to Devil's Crossing. Malmouth has been a living nightmare since the Grim Dawn. I was part of the resistance there, if you can call it that. The Ethereals toyed with us, as if we ever had a chance. They let us fight on because they needed us. Needed our bodies for the grotesque things they make deep beneath the city. You think you're safe here, behind your stone walls. But those things from Malmouth will keep coming, and they will find you. And no fortress will ever be able to save you.
a chilling tale indeed. In our fight against the Chthonians, We've overlooked a growing ethereal threat. We must find Ulgrim. But maybe we can aid Malmouth at the same time. You've already done a great deal, but we must ask for your help once again. We need you to strike at the heart of the ethereal invasion, far to the east, in the ruined city of Malmouth.
Alright, so it begins.
Good, you're back. Do you have a moment?
So what is it?
I struggle to admit this, but I must abandon my efforts at opening a rift to reach Ulgrim. For all I've learned in battling the occult, I'm no warlock. During my last attempt, I nearly lost control of the ritual when something tried to breach my portal from the other side. This is too dangerous to continue. To make matters worse, Captain Bourbon has just arrived with a girl named Amala, bearing dire news from the east. While we struggled here to stop the Chthonians from unleashing terror and madness upon the world, the Ethereals have been far from idle. Everything they had done in this region is merely a sample of what is to come, if what Amala says is true. As much as it pains me to say this, our plans to rescue Ulgrim are secondary to this rising threat in the fallen city of Malmouth. The passage north from Burwich is quickly closing as the Aether Fire consumes everything. But perhaps we can accomplish both goals at once.
What do you have in mind?
You see, the Luminari have long been aware of a coven of witches hiding out to the north of Burwich, using the treacherous territory to deter pursuers. The witches will know the lay of the land and should be aware of any paths that remain through the Aether Fire. And I have hopes that they will be able to do what I could not, reveal where the Lochorian has taken Ulgrim. I would go myself, but I doubt the arrival of a high-ranking Inquisitor will be looked upon kindly within their circle, and I am needed in Devil's Crossing. I know that you have suffered much already in the defense of humanity, but you are the only one we can trust with this. Take my pendant and travel north from the Burwich Estates. A barrier of Aether Fire will stand in your way, but the pendant will make short work of it. Head north through Gloomwald until you reach the edges of Ugdenbog, where I believe the Coven has made their home. You cannot arrive empty-handed, or they may well burn any memory of discovering their location right out of your mind. I recommend you hunt down a creature known as Coraxus Fowl, the scourge of Ugdenbog. I imagine it has grown quite large over the years, preying on unwary travelers making their way through Gloomwald. Find the beast within its waterside lair at Gloomwald, and bring its heart to the Coven. I'm sure they'll find some nefarious use for it. But we must overlook that in light of our situation. Show them this keepsake of Ulgrim's and find us a way to Malmouth. We will be awaiting your signal.
Alright, I'll head to Ugdenburg right away. Maybe. Hey, who's this?
Excuse me, could I have a moment of your time? I overheard that you will be headed beyond Gloomwald in the hopes of reaching Malmouth. It's noble of you to spearhead this effort, but I was hoping there was something you could look into for me. You see, I did not travel down here alone. I was with my father. He was injured in Gloomwald, and I had no choice but to leave him behind in search of aid.
What happened?
My father and I were part of a small group that managed to escape the confines of Malmouth's ruins, but we did not get far before the casualties began. The spreading Aether Fire and roaming Ethereals saw to that. But it was not until we reached Ugdenbog that the horrors truly began. Cannibals, poisonous fumes, and even carnivorous plants threatened our every move. By the time we entered Gloomwald, it was just my father and I, but we were not out of danger yet. A pack of cannibals ambushed us in the night. My father was injured in the fray. While it wasn't fatal, I had no choice but to leave him so that I could find help. Eventually, I found my way to Devil's Crossing. I'm not sure how long my father can survive on his own. He was never very good with weapons, or much of anything for that matter. Nevertheless, he's the only family I've got left, and I want to look for him. but the Inquisitor insists that I first debrief him on every detail that I can recall on Malmouth. On your way through Gloomwald, will you spare some time and search for my father? He cannot have strayed far from the main road.
Oh, I'm gonna probably have to kill him now, but anyway, I will find him. Maybe. Okay, I barely remember what was I doing on this character. Alright. And this here is... I remember what for. No, let's just quick up what we need there. What's this one? Okay. This would be nice. What is this? Impaling weapons. Okay. I also remember I had something in my stash. I feel like I'm keeping these mainly from the resistances. in this full experience. What is this deadly momentum? No, that's not there. Okay, nice. I'm not getting that advantage. Okay, I had some weapons. Wait, what? Oh, I see. Alright. Oh, that's a lot of physique added from this chest piece. It shows that it doesn't give any resistances. Item transfer. Don't I have more tabs? Maybe not. They made everything bigger anyway. Okay. Ah yes, this was supposed to be. Really though, this is gonna be bad? Physical blah blah. That's not bad. I lose some HP regen, some resistances. Where is it? Oh, that's the energy. So, okay. Ropes. Guess I'll keep them just in case. Anything I would like to add on them? One of these, perhaps. Let me check what happened here with this.
My, what a curiosity you are.
Okay, she wants me to bring her some materials. I'll get them for her. I think I have them in my stash, but I won't bother with that right now. Let's see. Journal from Crystal Creed, 9th entry. With the help of the Taken, with the other series brought to the Code of Catan. I don't want to diminish the immensity of such a triumph, especially given the small forces and limited resources we're working with, but I fear it has come at great cost. While our attention was focused on denying the Lohorian entrance to this world, the Deros were certainly not idle. Many in Devil's Crossing have paid the ultimate price, but such is the way of war, and it may sound callous to say, but we traded well, losing only a handful while preventing a monstrosity from escaping the void that could have heralded the end of the world as we know it is a win for humanity. What disturbs me though is the loss of Fulgrim to the void. Bourbon apparently does not share my concern, and I think he sees it as ill-afforded sentiment on my part. Bourbon sees Fulgrim as merely a man, but I'm certain there is more to him. I believe he's an ascendant, a man who has become a demigod. Okay. Fulgrim expertly plays the part of a jovial and unassuming character, but his eyes say much more. He makes offhanded references to historical events with details and a familiarity of someone recalling a personal memory. For all his outward jocularity, there is gravity to him, and it is clear he has witnessed much. I suspect more than one could experience in a single lifetime. Yet, for all that, and despite his obvious efforts to downplay it, Ogren possesses remarkable strength and energy. For the middle-aged man he appears to be, he often carries himself in a relaxed, casual manner, moving languidly. But at rare moments I have seen him react and move with impossible speed. I feel that he could do much more than he has in fighting the enemies of men, but I'm not sure why he is holding back. Perhaps we will never know now. Maybe Bourbon is right. Perhaps Ogrim is lost to the void. Somehow though, I feel we'll see him again, and if we do, it would go a long way toward confirming my suspicions. Then again, strange times are these, where a nameless wretch, cut down from the news, has risen to become possibly the greatest hero of our time. If the Taken continues on this path and survives this war, I wonder if perhaps they too are on the path of ascendancy. Perhaps. Okay, so I guess no more Devil's Crossing. I'm curious to see what happened to Devil's Crossing. Okay, we're still... someone's still
There
here.
you are. Come, come. I have something that requires your penchant for violence and survival despite all odds.
Oh great, what is it this time?
Nearly a century ago, a man named Oswald Hargate created the first Slith. Needless to say, it was all a huge mistake, and the man paid for it with a lifetime in prison. But what interests me is the how. You see, Hargate harnessed the Aether in order to perform his mutagenic experiment. If I could get my hands on his notes, perhaps I could use his knowledge of the Aether to reverse some of the damage the Ethereals have caused to the local flora and fauna. I've been searching for Hargate's lab for years, bribed the right people, even visited some prisons, and I believe I know where it is hidden. I was in Berwick putting together an expedition when everything turned sour. Now I'm here, and the discovery is more important than ever. I'd send Darlet, but after her performance in Berwick, I'm reluctant to give her more than a rag to wipe the shelves. Will you be my liaison? I have a rowboat in Lower Crossing, just past the bridge out of the prison. If you take it northwest, you should find Hargate's Isle, and underneath it, his lab.
Oh, that place. I think I know what you're talking about. Okay, I will find these notes for you. Actually, that's a good concern. Not sure anyone should have them, but I'll do it. Why not? Well, Devil's Crossing seems fine for now. So,
Have you found any sign of my father out there?
what should can I ask you some questions? What can you tell me about Malmouth? It's where I grew up, really. It was the only home I've ever known. The day it all started. My mom never came home from the market. Father was the only other family I had in the city, so I sought him out to look for her. But when the whole city erupted into chaos, we knew that she was never coming home. Most everyone was butchered in the first conflicts. Some of us gathered in the sewers in hopes of fighting back, but it was all futile. The Ethereals let us think that we stood a chance. In truth, they were just harvesting us for their grotesque creations. A group of us had enough of the horrors, so we made a plan to escape. Only I made it to Devil's Crossing. Another question. Anything you can tell me about the Ethereals over in Malmouth? At first it was much like here, the dead rising with the eerie ether glow. But then the mutation started rising from the depths of the city, even more grotesque and twisted than the last. It's as if they were experimenting on the bodies of the fallen. What remains of one of their latest creations awaits here. Another question. Anything I should know about the road up to Malmouth? The other fire was spreading rapidly, so I'm not sure there even is a way up to Malmouth anymore. But before you can worry about endless fields of fire, you have to make it through the wilderness in Grunwald and Ogdenburg, and that's not much better. The mushrooms there are toxic. Some even release caustic spores when you get near. The animals are ruthless, but the cannibals, knowing that they were once people, make it so much worse. I never thought I'd have to kill people. I still feel their blood on my hands. Another question. How did you make it all the way to Devil's Crossing? I didn't start out on my own. We were part of a group that slipped through the ethereal defenses of Malmouth. Most of us didn't make it very far due to the other fire. I had to leave my father behind in Grunwald. I was beginning to lose hope, but then I stumbled upon this place. Well, it seemed to be quite resourceful. So, if this is Amala, where is Respect Lady? I was looking once at my devotions. I would like to make some changes.
There are few people I hold in high regard, and I count you and Bourbon among them.
Oh, I can tell him about Elsa? Really? Well, she didn't want me to do so, so I won't for now. Oh, my friend, have I seen you before? Perhaps we've met on the road somewhere? Corey is my name. I'm a traveler, a trader, a keeper of the strange. There was a time when, well, no matter, I've traveled far, always in the shadows.
Come see what's left of my wares.
Not much is left of
Good
your
luck,
words.
Ladybug. I've only traveled north of Burwich a handful of times, and the journey was never a pleasant one. I cannot imagine it's fared any better with a lack of patrols and human activity.
Well, I never knew there was much beyond Burwich, but hey, I guess you live, you learn. Turns out I like the game, so I bought the expansion, and now there is something beyond Burwich. What's next? What's next for Devil's
We're
Crossing?
gonna clean up this mess, tighten our defenses, prepare for the worst. As always, we will persevere.
Anything I should be aware of?
Gloomwald and Ugbengog are some of the most treacherous areas in the region, even before the Grim Dawn. Regular patrols kept the roads mostly safe for travel, but there was always a risk when traveling between Burwich and the northern settlements. Those that could afford it generally preferred to go by boat. I don't know what it is about that bog, but it's a breeding ground for predators.
Good to know.
It's one thing to wage war, a man to kill another man for the sake of food, land, wealth, all deplorable acts that make us less than human. But this thing, this ethereal abomination made in human parts, designed to butcher us all. That is war brought to entirely new, repulsive lows.
We must persevere. Alright, this people don't have much to say. I can go get the notes from this guy. That's why not it will be a nice warm up. Okay.
Can't do that yet.
Alright. Well, I have forgotten how to play this character. By the way, I want to make some changes. Kind of like that. Maybe that should be fine.
Can't do that yet.
Okay, now I messed up my keys because I switched things up. I'm not used to it. Excuses. Okay, I open up. Hey, last time this didn't open up. Okay, something is killing me and I don't know what. Am I stepping somewhere I shouldn't be? This thing? Yep. Is it poison maybe? My poison rate isn't that high. Oh, this is blocked, okay. Wasn't this blocked as well? Nope. Oh, this is going to hurt.
Not ready. That skill's not ready.
Oh yeah, how many do you have? So many. Oh, time to go in for the kill. Wait. No loot? Oh well.
Not ready.
Okay, got the thing. Now what is this? Let's see. Okay. That's its place. I got the
have
thing.
something for me?
I have the formula right here. I'm keeping it? Really? A second chance? To not have him acquire the formula? Alright, I'm gonna give it to him. That was the deal. Let happen whatever may happen.
Good. Hand it here. Let's see what old Hargate had cooked up in that lab of his. Something on a relic he's used. That's a start. By the stars, it's all a mess. This will take some time to decipher.
Indeed. What exactly do you plan to do with these notes?
Sate my curiosity at worst. Find a way to revert some of the mutations induced by the ethereals at best. Where we fall in the spectrum depends on if I can ever make any sense of this jargon.
Good luck, I guess. Exit please. Thank you. The terrors of Baldur north from Bulwark likely to stop everyone attempting to flee the carnage. With increased arcade spending, you should be able to dissipate it. Purge the barrier. But not much else.
do that yet.
Seems that there is nothing interesting there. Moving on. Okay, that was interesting. Nice. Really nice. What up? Anything here? Okay. Stay here, traveler. The Wendigo spirit is strong in these parts. The Wendigo spirit is an ancient spirit of the forest, once fierce and noble, who has become lost to darkness, lost even to Mogdrogen. Now it only seeks to corrupt all it touches. Mogdrogen? He is the patron god of the forest and guardian of the Rowari, our people. I see. So you're like shamans or something? Poor child, the lands here are as foul as they are deadly. The stench of Wendigo is heavy upon the air. Travel said, "Where are you headed?" "We had thought the way north is safer. We're turning back to Whitemire, and so should you." Okay. Oh yes. Yes indeed. I'm gonna sell a bunch of stuff. I don't know what to think of these pants. I could have used some poison, but I don't know what's coming ahead, so meh. What's this? Lightning damage, nope. Fire damage, nope. This is... oh, I already have learned this, okay. This is a no-go. Alright. How about this? Right click to learn. Oh, I thought you had to go to your blacksmith in order to learn these. Okay. I will know from now on. What the hell is that? Someone trying to kill me? Yep. Yes, indeed. How the poison damage it hurt so much. Ah, okay. Interesting.
I can't do that yet.
More meat for the stew! I will devour.
It's not The skill's not ready.
What the hell is that, son? Oops, that was too late. I don't like this.
Dare come here?
Main Sash. I don't know what he's up to, but twice in the last day I've seen Main traveling a loaded wagon up the north road past the old mill. Okay. Since I'm here, that's an opportune moment to read some about Hargate's Journal, page 2. The Ellen's recommendation I have chosen the Lowry Green Swamp, added as the basis of my experiment. Its short lifespan, rapidly shedding skin made for a malleable test subject. The initial results seem promising at first. Using high concentrations of ether energy, we were able to instill various mutations within the specimens, creating new limbs or inducing gigantism. Unfortunately, none of the samples survived beyond a couple of weeks, their higher brain functions being seemingly incapable of handling the introduction of additional bodily elements. For our second batch of experiments, we molded the adders with a few globules captured by local trappers. The results were curious to say the least. While this was not the breakthrough I was looking for, we seemed to be heading in the right direction. The domain of a global was capable of adapting to its new body, but its primitive and distinctly malformed physique would see me become the laughingstock of my colleagues. Now I must see this through to its logical conclusion. Helen may frown upon it, but the next step seems clear as day to me. Okay, journal, page 3. I have sent Helen and Elena away from the summer to visit family in the capital while I continue my work alone. I tasked a few unsavory individuals to gather volunteers for the next stage of my research. Mere vagrants and rovers, people nobody would miss. The fees they charged were considerable, but I will pay any price when I am so close to my breakthrough. The samples arrived in the middle of the night, delivered to their cells as promised. My collaborators took their pay and left promptly without asking any questions. Frankly, they looked a bit disturbed, but I was unfazed. They are but simpletons, unable to fathom the importance of my work. The specimens began stirring by morning, their frightened cries echoing throughout the lab. I explained to them that they were selected for an important duty, that their lives would finally have meaning and purpose. The scum should have been thanking me, but instead they cursed me as a madman and criminal. I dismissed their accusations and got to work. There was much to be done. And Hagrid's journal, page 4. Helen and Elena returned early from the trip. While Elena was otherwise occupied with her toys in the living quarters, Helen came down into the lab to find me in the midst of my latest study. The horrified look on her face is something I shall never forget. I tried to be reasonable. I explained that what she witnessed was merely a stepping stone, that those men and women died so that our work would not be squandered on snakes and grubbles. But she would not budge. My wife, my partner, had betrayed me at this most critical junction. My work is too important to let emotional attachments get in the way. I did the only sensible thing. Let history judge my actions. Well then, with the unfortunate destruction dealt with, I returned to my results. The human-snake hybrids had proven unstable and violent. I was assaulted on several occasions while attempting to study their physical functions, but those attacks proved to be little more than outbursts on the verge of death. All of the specimens died shortly after the procedure. Dissection revealed an incomplete hybridization of internal organs. With a dysfunctional digestive system, death was inevitable, but I wonder if perhaps the subjects were too old for the procedure to succeed. If I started over with a younger candidate, then perhaps I would finally have the results I seek. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Now, oops, sorry about that. Now that I've given the notes, what might happen? Thinking. Alright. Name's Stash. I don't know what he's up to, but twice in the last week I've seen Nate driving a loaded wagon up the north road past the old mill. Then twice returning with the wagon empty. He must be hiding something up there, and I mean to find out where. If he's made it big, I fully intend to be in on his good fortunes. Okay. Alright. What's this? I was already here. Can I do this? Nope. Not quite.
I will devour your heart. Come here.
Skill's not ready. Skill's not ready.
Come here.
Can't do that.
Isn't this spell drains so much energy? It's like I keep spamming it. Wait, what the hell? Look at this. Why would they do this? Anyway. What's this? These rocks look like... well, not yet. I guess.
Not ready. Can't do that yet.
Alright. These rocks looks like someone placed them here deliberately. This might be named secret stash. Haha! You can clear it out with some heavy explosives. It will take 1 dynamite. Yep. Yes, code. No. No, 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 no. Settle the person. Oh, look at this. A hero plant. There's no hero before though. And he did it. Became a hero. You dare stand here? Okay, I'm gonna pick up this portal and then I'm gonna go back to investigate some of this land.
You dare come here. Here.
Blood-soaked scribblings. Left Burridge not more than a week ago. I hear was something wrong with the place, and there were rumors of strange goings-on around the Greek residence. The Fraser had this crazy idea that we should leave and head north. He said there was a nice town just up the road. He should know. He lived up there less than a year ago. He said passage would be difficult, but we could make it. If we stuck together, he couldn't have been more wrong. We weren't one day out of town when things started going poorly. First, Beatrix came down with a fever. Her skin went pale and her eyes glazed over. That night, she started lashing out at us, shaking, vomiting, and screaming about some creature out in the woods, staring back at her. The following day, the same thing happened to Heinrich, or something. With both of them sick, we were forced to travel slowly. Fraser and I towed them behind us in a makeshift sled. Too far from Burridge to turn back, the Fraser said he knew of an inn that was less than a day's travel ahead, so we continued onward. When we reached the inn, it was abandoned, and the air hung heavy with the scent of death. But we were desperate and in need of shelter, so we stayed there nonetheless. That night was when the noises started. Fraser said he didn't hear none of it, but I could make it out loud and clear. It sounded like an animal growling and moving about just outside the inn. As the night wore on, the noises became louder and louder, and I began to question my sanity. Fraser insisted that it was nothing, but I could swear they were right outside. When dawn came, I didn't want to move, but Fraser forced me out of the inn. He said we had to continue or we wouldn't make it to safety, so we began pulling the sled north along the overgrown road. As we moved, I could hear it was following us, its footsteps, mirroring our own. Beatrix and Heinrich were getting sicker by the minute, and we soon grew tired of hauling the sled. My hands were blistered and my feet blooded from the rough path. Frazier said we had to leave them. The sled was just too heavy for us to pull, but that didn't sit right with me. We argued back and forth about their fate, each becoming more and more angry as we continued. That was when Frazier grabbed his camp hatchet and threatened to kill them right then and there. He said if I wouldn't let them go, he'd just do it for me. It didn't mean for what happened. I didn't mean for what happened next, but I was scared, and the growling sounds bore down on me like a fire in my mind. I shoved him, and he stumbled over a root, falling face first in his hatchet, which lodged itself into the right side of his chest. He looked at me in horror as blood filled his lungs and mouth. That's when I saw it, standing behind Fraser at the edge of the woods, a massive, hideous creature, like a man with the head of a dead animal. I froze for a moment, then bolted down the road. As I ran, I could hear Fraser's gurgling screams begging me to not to leave him. I can still hear them, all three of them, wailing in the darkness like rabbits being eaten by a fox. It's been hours. Why won't they die? Is that thing still out there? Is it taunting me? I can't go on. I can't take it anymore. just regular things, regular Grim Dawn things happening in regular Grim Dawn world. I assume I should be able to go down there. Maybe. Come on, go away. Thank you. Access. Am I wearing swords? Yep, I'm using swords. Well, I have a special devotion that requires swords. But this axe ain't that bad now, is it? Let me see. Requires a sword. Oh, so I can maybe have found one. That will be fine. Again, the effects. Maybe I can just check defense ability. Okay. I'm willing to look at this. Looks kind of weird, sword and axe, but hey, it doesn't matter. And I think I saw somewhere here something like a star on the minimap.
Please just leave me alone out here.
What? Who are you? Some sort of monster in disguise? Calm down, I'm going to hurt you. Stay back. I'm powerful arcanist, not looking for trouble. You must be God. What? I mean, yes, but how did you know? Your daughter sent me to find you. Amala? Oh, my sweet Amala. She made it to safety then. Yes, she's fine. She's at Devil's Crossing. The prison? Oh, so long as it's safe, I guess I can die in peace then. No need to be dramatic, I can get you out of here. No, I cannot bear to look her in the eyes. I felt her as a father. I felt to protect her when she needed me. Leave me here. Shove carrot into a rift gate. You won't be any good here. You won't be any good with her dead. I suppose that is true. We got together this far. I can abandon her again. I have been given a second chance. How do you plan on getting me there, though? My leg is busted. Like this. Open rift gate. Magic. I can't believe he is alive. Somehow, for some reason though, he is. Maybe I don't know. I don't know how will he survive? He was taken and then he was given. I don't know. Anyway, bring it. Just bring it. See, that wasn't that bad. Oh, look at this. Oh, devotion points. I need to respect my devotions. I think I have enough points to get blade. I will still get this and this, but these, I think these still have to go, and I'm not sure about this one. I may have to spec into it anyway. Anyway, I picked up this. Ooh, 5 damage, plus to the ignition. I don't remember demolitionist skills. Well, that could be nice. Where are you now? And I died. Because I was very patient. No. Oh, I can't use this because I switched out the weapon. Whatever.
I am
Hello.
relieved that my father made it safely.
He was a bit shaken up, but still alive.
We were never close, but he's the only family I got left. I don't know how to thank you. Oh, perhaps this. Here, take this potion. My father and I took sips from it along our journey to keep up our strength. I'm sure you'll find it useful.
Can I ask you some questions? I already asked her that. That would be useful. I don't know. Is it? Where is that thing? No. Well, I don't see it right now. Funnily enough. Anyway, I'm going to do this and then oops, not this one. Gonna complete the ring of steel, I guess, because why not? Nope, she's still not here.
This place is like a dream I can't quite shake off.
Why did you ask your daughter to go ahead alone? You're attacked by those things. I froze up. Somehow saved me, but not before one of the wretches tore up my leg. I told her to keep going, to find safety on her own. I could have probably hobbled along, but truth is, I've had enough of these horrors. I just wanted to curl up and die. In my cowardice, I left my daughter at the mercy of nature. Well, your daughter seems quite capable. I do not know where she gets this. From her mother, perhaps. She was the adventurous one, before the terrorists took her from us. So I'm sorry to hear that.
This place is like a dream I can't quite
Anything
shake
you
off.
can tell me about Malmouth? Malmouth was once a prosperous city, a true gem in the east. I made a modest living working in the docks, but I was just days away from making a big trade that would have made me rich. I would have bought a home in Crown Hill and brought Amara and her mother with me. Of course, that's all gone now, destroyed or infested with the monstrosities. That thing that attacked Devil's Crossing, that's just their latest aberration, a melding of flesh and steel. Mammoth has become a factory of nightmares. Good to know, I guess.
Go see what's left of my wares.
Recognize or pardon of their people does not stand for mandates, or outrageous stones. Reputation gain increased by 50% with Devil's Crossing. Okay. Sparkle, that's it. Physical. Here's some poison resistance. Well, I know I could use some poison at least. Other damage, no thanks. Okay, time to sell some things. Ah, that's the thing. Set your attributes. Well, I'll be keeping that for now. That's my Cymon. Nope. Nope. And nope. I'm gonna see. Anything good I can make a physical, elemental. And defensive. Requires 200 melee ranged. Okay. Those tutorial skills in surgery. I have no idea how to get this material. Maybe I should start taking materials, gear apart instead of selling it. That could be nice. The thing is that it requires dynamite, and that means I will eventually have to go on dynamite hunts. I just don't want to deal with that yet. Yeah, now it has a shield, but I don't use shields, so I can never achieve the 5-step thingy I want to. I want to be dual wielding. Okay. That's an amulet. Alright.
Hey, don't get killed out there.
Okay, Miss Luce.
You do that. I have no idea why I'm keeping these till the experience bonus. Okay, I'm gonna put this here. I also still don't know what this does. Authentic illusion purging powder. Maybe I should try it sometime. Gold offensive. Demonstration candy. Yeah, this is the right place. This is. I remember what this was for. Okay, I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Well, I'm gonna go into my body, and then I'm gonna have to do that thing, whatever it is. Grab a photo somewhere over here. Okay.
Can't do that yet.
Yeah. I think that was what direct damage, something along those lines.
More meat for the stew.
Fine, she says that I don't see a steal here. Alright, now what's this? What is this?
Dare come here. Dare come here.
But let's see the attempt to X. No go. It's a no go. Some other character. And maybe someday I will make a character that's an asset. But I don't think it's gonna be soon. Wait, that's it? That's gonna put me back to the surface, yep.
Do that yet.
Okay, well that's that. Maybe you can go here, who knows. This game is crazy like that. Map boundaries don't mean much. And I like it. Anyway. Moving on. Day and night. Right? And day. Awesome. What the hell? Okay. Nice.
More meat for the stew.
That skill's not ready.
Who didn't want to kill him? Can I move away? Thank you. Well, I did that.
Skill's not ready.
Nope. You cannot exit the cave. Oh, hello. Not interested. I think this is the way forward, so I'm gonna stay in this area, keep investigating. This kind of hurts. Not cool, man.
You dare come here? For the stew.
Ah, I see. Oops. So I'm gonna jump a further here, go back. I think it's the devil's crossing. Objects. Okay. I'm going them to creep. Oops. Don't see her. Oh, that's a lot of stuff.
Come see what's left of my
Alright, let me steal some sector. Nope. Physical damage. No. Mine are better. Actually, mine did plus 2 tolerance, rage, and blade.
See you around.
How cool is that? I don't have need. Maybe I should put 1 point here. I know I took away in the past 1 point, but it could end up being beneficial. And there's so many things in Solid that I want to max out, and there's a couple of talents that I have in mind for Nightblade, but I just don't have the points.
Come see what's left of my wares.
Acid Vitality, nope. Physical codes, no. Yes, physical damage to be converted to acid and gas, no. Alright, seems like I don't know that yet. Okay, I'm actually going to sell some of these. And some I should store, maybe, because I don't have that much space in my inventory.
to good use.
Alright, let's see what's this. Catch Moore's order. There have been some strange travels about these parts recently. Dane's busy, more so than it should be, but this time of year. Now that you hear me complaining about that, not that you hear me complaining about that, a fair bit of extra coin has found its way to my pockets as of late, but the folk moving through these parts aren't like the ones we're used to seeing. There's been common folk from further south than Devil's Crossing, and groups of men and women moving about with strange new markings on their armor and clothes. We even had a fellow a couple of weeks back claimed he came all the way south from the capital. Said he was a chef looking for work. I didn't have room for him, so I suggested he try in Burwich. It's not it's not just the people that are strange. There's been an uneasy feeling in the forest, as I'm sure you've noticed. I haven't seen or heard a bird in more than a week. I chalked it up to there being more people around, but no more than 3 days ago, Critch brought in a fresh kill. It was a big swamp buck, 10 points if I remember correctly. A kill like that usually brings in the vultures, but the dressings have been sitting out in the wood festering since, and no sight of those hideous things. If it sits out much longer, it will draw out Caraxes for sure. I swear that crusty old bastard has doubled in size and gotten twice as ugly since I last saw him. He's been up around Darien twice in the last year stealing things. Supposedly, he even took a milk cow from Gretchen's stable. I shouldn't like to think that what happened to that poor thing. Fire used to scare him off, but he seems to have become bolder as he's grown. Whoever finds the creature's lair is in for a right heap of useless junk and more crap than a man could eat in a lifetime, if anyone should be eating that thing to begin with. In any case, there is business to be done, especially with all these folk moving about the countryside. If you've got the stores, I'd like to order 3 casks of red mile ale, 2 cases of black leaf, and 20 bottles of stone wine. Payment on delivery as usual. Catch more. Okay. And now,
Got something you need stashed?
maybe if I dedicate a separate tab for materials, it won't be a bad idea. Oh well, I'll start them here for now. Um, kind of like this. This would be nice for a caster, I guess. I mean, it would be nice for anyone, but it goes well on the team. Actually, I don't think I'll use those.
I'll keep an eye out for this.
Okay. Oh, that was a person.
Whatever it is you think you're doing here, you are in the wrong place.
I was sent here by Crystal Creek. Let's see what she said. Played them for a while.
An inquisitor? Really?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Perhaps I did not make myself clear the first time. Leave. Now.
Alright, already. Perhaps the higher of Caraxes will change your mind.
Interesting. It appears that
Indeed.
perhaps we can be of use to each other after all. Very well. Speak. What brings you to our refuge?
I must find a way to Malmouth and find a lost friend.
If you seek a path to Malmouth through the swamps, then I am afraid you are out of luck. The roads have all but collapsed, and even if you should somehow find your way out of the bog, the land beyond has been consumed by aether fire. Ancient passageways exist that could take you north, but they are not of this realm, and you will not like where they lead. Now, this friend of yours, what happened?
His name was Ogrim. He was taken by the void in battle.
Ogrim, you say? Oh, it would be a shame to lose such a legend. But if he was claimed by the void, then... Perhaps this gives me an idea that will solve both your predicaments. But if we are to help with this, then I must ask for something more in return.
Oh, this could be nice. Finish the mind promises for a new spiritual journey. I could use spiritual guide, you know, because that's better. You can use it more than once. Very well. What do you require?
What you ask will take me some time to prepare. But before I help you, there is something you must do for us. Deep within Ugdenbog, to the north of our refuge, lies a village by the name of Barrowholm. I need you to travel there.
This will have to wait. Interesting choice. What does this village have to do with you?
I care not for the village, only for what was stolen. We had crafted an Ugdenbog fetish within the swamp in order to protect ourselves from the wilderness. Recently, someone has tampered with it, tore off the head of the fetish, and ran off with it. I can still sense its waning power within the bog, and the only nearby settlement is Barrowholm. I do not care what you do. We must have it returned to us. Do this, and I shall give you the means to find Ogrim. Perhaps even a way to Malmouth.
Oh, really? We have a deal. Alright. Is this a spiritual guide?
I sense turmoil within you.
Oh, yes. Okay, perhaps not now, but
Stay strong.
soon.
What does the foul wind bring us this day? I believe you were just leaving.
Maybe I was. For now. Hello. Greetings, outsider. I'm told that you are heading into Ogdenburg. Oh, Ogdenburg. Anyway, brave of you. I was wondering if you could assist us in an important matter while you are out there. What do you have in mind? Matron Melustra has been reaching out across Cairn, calling witches to gather here in relative safety. Once they arrive, their survival becomes my responsibility until they get accustomed to life in Ugdenburg. Most of those that Melustra was able to commune with have arrived, except for a few stragglers. It has been some time though, and we suspect that something has happened to our future sisters. If you find yourself out in Ugdenburg, please look around. See if any of them have forgotten most or was captured by the roaming cannibals. Even though they're not yet Under my care, I feel a certain responsibility for their well-being, but I cannot simply leave the refuge. If you do this for me, I will see to it that you are aptly rewarded with some of our supplies. I'll find the missing sisters then. Why not? So this is what happened in the city. Anyone else? Hello. Traveler, your reputation precedes you. My reputation? Yes, the threats bring word of your deeds in Devil's Crossing and beyond. But be careful that you are not caught in the spider's grasp. What does that mean? Fair warning. All that is done here is seen and heard. You would be wise to tread carefully. Thank you for the warning, I think. What is this place? This was once a place of gathering for beings of unfathomable power. Now it serves as a lowly refuge for what remains of this coven. Isn't it dangerous out here? Indeed, a great deal of effort is spent protecting this place. You may see signs of our labor in the wards and traps that surround the coven. What was that about my reputation? Yeah, I guess it's something. Alright. Let's pause, eh? But why? Aren't these his things? What the hell was that? Hey Mary. Hello. We meet again, friend. I must admit I had some reservations regarding your unusual state of mind, but you have proven to be understanding of human plights, even compassionate. Well, I guess that was the girl that you saved in Woodgrove from those knights, I think they were. They were trying to burn her alive. And that's what happens if you let her live. The sisters will breathe easier knowing that you are willing to see past our craft for the people we are, and I will make sure they hear of it. Do not worry, I will not speak of your origins to the others. Even though they endure prejudice in the Empire, they are not entirely free of it themselves. That's humanity for you, I suppose. How did you make it here all the way from Bloodgrove? It wasn't simple, I can tell you that. After my illustrious calls became more frequent, I set out east towards the lake. I traveled part of the way by boat, but that dinghy did not last long in the turbulent waters. I found myself off the coast of Whitemar, nearly drowned. Thankfully, a couple of rovers found me before the sleuth did. With their help, I recovered quickly and made my way up here. Yes. This Melastria called to you? Yes, she is powerful psychic and nearly burnt at the stake herself for her ability to tap into the Aether. Magnified by the powers of other witches, Melastria called out to anyone with the gift who might hear. The lucky few who interpreted her summons and survived the journey are here. Fascinating.
I can smell the questions upon you.
One comes before us who is not ready. Perhaps another day shall rise upon which he will understand. Huh? You pestered me, Mark 1. Begone. Alrighty then. Looking around. Picking up quests left and right. Tristan's diary. This whole thing is still very strange to me. There are sisters here who have devoted their entire lives to studying craft, and I know nothing of such things. I have no skill with herb and vow, no knowledge of threads of their connections. I have no tales of the three or alongside. I cannot convene with spirits, and yet here I am. I was drawn here like a fish to its spawning grounds, and I have no idea why. I don't think any of the sisters know either. I've heard some of the others speaking of me. There was no disdain in their voices, but they too are at a loss for what purpose I have in this place. I have learned many things in my short time here, and despite my apparent lack of direction, I intend to absorb as much information as this place will give me. There is a great deal of history in this colony. I've overheard the eldest sister speaking of the time when it was first formed, a time when its members were fearless and driven by a hunger for knowledge. They unveiled secrets hidden from mankind, learned of sources of immense power. Together, they achieved things the rest of us dream of, but it came at a heavy price. Their hubris drew the ire of the three, and nothing was ever the same. My contemporaries speak of that time in hushed tones, and to be honest, I am envious of them. They must have felt such drive, such clarity of purpose. Is it truly so wrong to pursue lost knowledge? I will not rest until I have uncovered their secrets, until these places of power are once again within our grasp. The witch gods be damned, but as I walk among my sisters I realize that these are those uh, or these are those among us who look up to the tree with reverence. To them the gods retain their unbroken gaze upon this place and our actions. I must be discreet and unassuming. The mantle of an ill-directed, purposeless new recruit shall suit me well for now. Trista. Alright. I sense that you have traveled far. I wonder, in your travels, have you been to Port Valbury? Valbury, I do know of its fate. It was my home once, but now it's hidden from me. I no longer see it in my dreams. Well, the city is in ruins. And it's true, the city has fallen. I fear what began there may be the end of us all. Be wary of your travels, stranger, and thank you for bringing me this news. I will, thank you. Word of caution, stranger. A deceptive spirit has tainted these lands. I seek only to corrupt and consume. Oh, it seeks. I was kind of wondering why would you tell me that it seeks only to corrupt and consume. A spirit, the Wendigo, corrupts those who fall prey to its trickery and consumes those too weakened to defend themselves. Take care in who you trust out there. Interesting. What's it like living out here? It's as you'd expect, lonely and dangerous. The others trouble themselves with threats here in the book, but I try to cast my gaze beyond. Cast your gaze beyond? So secluded from the rest of the world, it is too easy for us to focus on what happens here in our little refuge and forget what is happening in the rest of Cairn. When I stand here at the circle of sight, I see a darkness gathering strength in the north. Our enemies are preparing. We should too. What do you see? I see a vast expanse of ether fire blanketing the land as far as the eye can see. I see a city in ruins, its people shattered, clinging to a meager existence. Mere moments of this destruction is more than I can bear to witness. So, be easy, I'm sorry to have disturbed you. Okay, go on the table.
Come see what's left of my wares.
New faction, more reputation to build and more stuff. They have a lot of things. Where's the physical damage? Not bad. I'm thinking I'm gonna do some physique, but if I get some resistances, that wouldn't be that bad.
Iron well spent.
And for now, I'm gonna have to just rely on loot, though. Sister Guardia has instructed me to aid you in return for your efforts. I've used the Heart of Caraxes to prepare a restorative salve. Sounds good to me. This alone should be sufficient payment, but I've been instructed to offer my help if you should need it in the future. However, the salve takes some time to prepare. Now leave me, I must return to my work. Thank you. Making PM bunch of these stuffs. This I'm gonna probably sell. That's the worst thing. I don't know what I was thinking. Why would I keep these things? If I knew why I was keeping them, then I would know whether to sell them or not. Anyway,
I'll keep your stash safe. I'll
I'll
hold on to that for you.
find my way eventually.
I'll give you a good price on what I've got left.
That's not a bad guy. Chaos resistance. But for the metal I have, I'm not sure. I'll keep mine for now. Oh yeah, I want to stash it. That's why I came here. I was thinking, seems like I want to stash something, but I don't remember. Anyway, found me a spirit guide and all that good stuff. Really nice. Yeah, I have nothing to level up. Next time I will probably reset my devotions. I'm gonna go now though. Thank you for watching and see you later.